that was I'm doing the closing the day after. Okay, put it that way. So that's why I'm changed up and I'm different. I have to look different and everything. All right, that was the Surfing Crab. The Surfing Crab was a restaurant that was out here in Pasadena. Well, the restaurant before was one of the Red Lobsters, I believe it is, and it had closed down. And then pretty swiftly, this place kind of opened up. That's been 2 or 3 months ago. I don't remember exactly. Some of y'all might remember. Not that it matters. It's just that. So either way. So I decided to go and try it out. Some other people have asked me, have I been there? I've been getting messages. Have you checked into this place? Is there a way you can? So people have asked if I would go by there and they'd like to see it. There's people even asking now. They're waiting for this thing to come out. They want to see it. Only because a lot of people, and I used to be the exact same way. I didn't like to go to a new restaurant because I wanted to kind of wait, find out. I wasn't sure if it was any good. I didn't want to go and spend my money. I didn't want to go and it'd be way more expensive than what I thought. So I thought I'd do this video. I decided to do this video. Go in there and just run a quick one since I'm starting to pick up the slap Recons again. All right. So anyway, let's start from the beginning. The facade looks nice. Nothing, no complaints. The building and everything, structure, I think, look pretty much the same as the old restaurant, but they had added a few touches on the outside. So, but when you get in the front door, it kind of like changes up a little bit. Now, I don't remember going there to the Red Lobster before when it was there. Not sure that I have. So I don't remember. If I did, I don't remember, and I don't remember what the inside really looked like. I remember the bar being in the front, the food and everything in the back, the serving area, which is still the same. So when you walk in, the first thing that pops in is you see an Aquaman there, and then a statue. I should say, statue of an Aquaman. It ain't a man in a suit or anything like that. And then you see a shark overhead, a head of a shark or something like that. And then going in, it was pretty nice. I liked it. It was pretty. It was nice. I love the floors. They did a good job on the floors. So anyway, we're not here to talk about all that. So they sat me down. The waitress was very nice, very kind. The person working at the hostess and the waitresses, they were real nice, very very nice people. I had no complaints, none whatsoever with them. They did an outstanding job. And if I had a little extra money, I would have probably tipped them a little extra. However, sitting inside, the music could have changed for me personally. I don't like hearing too much hip hop when I'm trying to eat or different types of music. I like it to be like not so much an elevator music, which is what a lot of people call music that you're probably thinking, but kind of like the elevator music. Does that make sense? Okay. So anyway, so what we did was we ordered 2 drinks. We ordered I ordered 0 Coke. I drink everything 0, and a tea, unsweetened. When they did the sweet tea, when we got to the unsweetened tea, they had asked if she had wanted sugar had wanted sweet low or a sweet non-sweetener, or one of them sweeteners for her tea, and she said no. That she particularly didn't want them. I guess didn't really want that. So, but I noticed when that lady said that, first thing I do, I look around. So I started looking at the table, and I'm like, wow, I noticed there ain't no sugar on the table, But then I noticed there ain't no salt and pepper either. You see how sometimes they have a little, jungle deal of, salt, pepper, sugar, ketchup, I don't know, something like that. There was nothing there. I was kind of shocked on that, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. I kept moving. We kept on. So we looked at the menu. We decided to stick with the lunch menu, which the lunch menu I think was like $13. I think it was like $13, $10 or $13. So it says, but what we did, that half got what they call the half and half. Okay, what you do is that the platters, they have, it's a special on the left side of the deal. They have the platters, and you pick a platter. One's a shrimp, one's a fish, and whatnot. Now, if you want the half and half, you get half shrimp, half fish, which I believe was 3 shrimps and 2 or 3 pieces of fish. The fish was flounder, so I was surprised to see that, because a lot of people usually sell white fish or swai right now. Swai is what's out there right now in season. So, but I was surprised you don't see flounder that often. So flounder was there. I thought that was good. I thought that was a good deal. So we waited. We placed our order. We waited. The other half asked for sugar, and the lady told her that they didn't have any sugar containers, that she would have to bring her some from the back. I'm just telling you my experience, so I want everybody to understand that. I'm not dogging nobody. I'm not putting this place down. That's not what Slap Recon does. Slap Recon comes out. I'll go to a place. I'll come back. I'll report to you exactly how it went, and then I'm going to report to you how the food tasted to me to me. All right. So she had to bring a little container back, one of them to-go containers like you put tartar sauce or whatever. So she brought one of them with sugar in it, which we found kind of odd, and again, there was no condiments or nothing on the table. So I was like, well, maybe it's only per request, like the Mickey D's or some of these other places, they ask you, do you want ketchup? Yeah, so maybe it's like that, I don't know. So we waited. The only thing I didn't understand was we're sitting like, wherever we were sitting, I was looking, we were like on the backside, and I'm walking in, I didn't see anybody in the front. There was very few tables in the front, but there's a front section. On the backside, you can see the whole deal. If you look at some of these videos right there, I'm shooting videos and I'm showing the whole thing. Well, what you see is not many other customers. And I was kind of like, we're looking at about, close to 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that, between 12 and 1. And I was kind of shocked that, wow, it's not even packed or not even crowded. And I was surprised for that. We got out of there at 2 o'clock. So it was probably around close to about 12:45, I think, when we got there, 12:30, something like that. And as we were there, a couple of customers came in, but not many. So, usually when I go to a restaurant, now it was on a Monday, so maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just, over exaggerating. I'm sorry if I am. But so either way, it wasn't that crowded, so I was able to kind of get some good pictures of what was around there. I didn't go and do any talking inside the place because I wasn't sure. Some people, unless I got permission to do that, I normally don't. I'll just do a video like this one that you're seeing. So, but being that there was hardly anybody in there, it took like a good 20 or 25 minutes for us to receive our food. And I was thinking, man, we're taking kind of a long time, But usually you get it a little quicker. But for us being like maybe 2 customers in there, maybe another table, I was thinking it kind of took a little long. I mean, my opinion. Right? Food arrives. We get the food. I'm eating away. I'm taking pictures and I'm eating. I'm doing my thing. 'Cause I love shrimp. I got shrimp. Total shrimp and fries. The other half got shrimp, fish, and onion rings. So I'm eating, and then my other half said, You notice something about this? And I was like, no, what? Just right away, if you're eating and someone says, you notice something about the food, what are you going to do? Whoa, what? What's going on? You start getting ready to heave it up. But she had mentioned the fact that the seasoning, and then it hit me. Because when I haven't eaten shrimp in a long time, when I finally get to some shrimp, I'm ready. Let's go. But yeah, the seasoning was very, very minimal. And if they could have done anything better, I think they should have had just a little more seasoning. And when I say seasoning, I'm talking about salt type of seasoning, okay? So, because it was kind of bland. It has some kind of a season, but not really. You couldn't really taste it. Very light. So my suggestion would have been for them to have salt on the table, salt and pepper, or maybe a seasoned salt type of a thing. Maybe their mixture of a seasoned salt. Who knows? Anything. Just put it on the table. Because to me it was very light in season. So It could have used more. I even brought one piece home in my one piece of shrimp and my fries and 2 onion rings home, and hit them with seasoned salt, and they tasted good. So there you go. And what else was it? The portion was pretty good, though. I mean, I'm not going to complain on the portion, but I didn't have no crawfish and all that stuff, or crab, whatever. And I know they have it on the menu, but we ate off the lunch menu. I didn't get the other menu, so it was okay. I like the fact that the tables, they put paper. It's like some restaurants put butcher block paper or butcher paper on there. Well, these is paper, but it has their logo all over it. So each time a table is changed, they put new paper, and I like that. The whole table was covered. So to me, it was a good thing. Clean, nice, comfortable. The staff was very nice, very polite. No problem with them. The only thing I can say negative is going to be they could use a little more seasoning than that. They did bring me. I'd asked them for ketchup, and when they brought the ketchup, I asked them if they could bring me some Tabasco or some hot sauce, and they did. So I like a little sting once in a while. So other than that, it was good. We kind of enjoyed it. My other half didn't really enjoy it. Me, I was just glad to get some shrimp. Been a while. So that's my rundown on there. For those of you who haven't been, now you know. If you go, the price is good. Not bad at all. There's a receipt. So I'll show you the receipt there. It's not as bad as it sounds. Yeah, the price is good. It's not bad. It was comfortable. Put it that way. They could have had a little more seasoning. It would have made the experience way, way more better. And to me, that kind of dampened the experience. For kids going in there's nothing really to play with, but there's things to look at. There's a lot to look at. There's stuff all over the walls. Fish related, crab related, all kind of stuff. Nautical, let's say. So, I guess that answered our question why there wasn't that many people in there. So I don't know. Again, it could have been Monday. My view. My view was, I'm going to say it's probably because it's a Monday and people going back to work and whatnot. The other half, her view was, I think it's because there ain't much season on this food. So, hey, shuffle it back and forth. Y'all make that decision. So, that's how it went there. Like I said, I'm glad it wasn't. Sometimes you want to go eat when it's not packed. The only thing, if they would have just had some season and then cut that time down, because I know it's going to take that long to cook some shrimp now. Come on. I know that for a fact. The majority, 98% of y'all know it too. So they gave you some towelettes. They gave you 2 of them. There was 2 of them on the table there for us. Had 2 towelettes. Open them up, tear them open. Like wet ones or whatever, like they used to have in the days. Well, that was a good gesture, kind gesture. Since you are doing seafood, I keep wipes in my truck no matter what. I always keep wipes in my truck. So it don't matter. Anywhere I go, I use my wipes. If I pump gas, I pull out 2 wipes before I even grab that handle. I don't care. I don't like touching too many things. I'm real funny about that. So, but anyway, that's it. That was the surf and crab. That's my rundown on that. Like I said, if you bring kids, I think the kids are like looking at all the different stuff. Take a picture with the Aquaman. There's a crab or crawfish or something in there holding a tray. Take a picture with that. I don't know what they had for the kid menu. I didn't really look down that side. I guess I should start doing that. I'm sorry that I didn't. So, but that's all I can really say. I'm trying not to talk too bad. I don't want to mention too much bad, should I say. But they do have happy hour. So there's a sign you can, might want to do the happy hour thing. So that's that. That was the Slap Recon going out to the Surf and Crab in Pasadena. Stay tuned till we have another. Stand by. Next week I'll be out at another place. It's not a eating place, but it's a food place. Anybody think what I'm talking about? See if you can guess it and throw it in the comments just for the hell of it. And tell me if you think you have an idea where I'm going. But it is in Pasadena. A food place, but it's not an eating place. Think about that. So, Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to subscribe, friend us on Facebook. Get to the Explain Strange podcast side. All you guys that are friends on Facebook, go ahead to the Explain Strange podcast side. Get over there and follow along over there, and go to the YouTube and on Explain Strange podcast, and go ahead and try to subscribe there, because I need to build up subscribers there and on YouTube. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And still going to work on new t-shirts. New t-shirts are going to be coming out for Slap Recon and ESP. On Slap Recon, they'll be coming out, I'm sure, sooner. ESP is in limbo right now because I'm kind of like in the mode and trying to figure it out mode. Trying to see what we're gonna do, what direction we're gonna take it next. So thanks again. That's been Slap Recon. This is Slap, and I'm just gonna say thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, thanks for subscribing, thanks for being my friend. And that's gonna be a Slap is out.